Well, I don't think we kind of realized that was your first because you were the leading rusher and stuff last year. But how did it feel to get that first one?
It was amazing, just a weight lifted off your shoulders. You've been working so hard, and just to finally get in was a huge relief. And yeah, great.
And then the second one felt as good, or was it kind of old hat by that?
I mean, it felt even better, but yeah, it was a great team effort. Dom did a great job blocking, and yeah, it was great.
You were the team's fourth leading receiver last year, 2 receiving touchdowns. Do you kind of think of yourself as a receiving running back? Does that feel like it's your role?
As a running back in this offense, you have to be able to do it all, be able to catch, block, and run. So, I mean, it's just part of what we have to do in this offense. And I wouldn't say I consider myself a receiver, but I take pride in catching, catching the balls and not dropping them. But, yeah, I mean, you have to be able to do it all in this offense.
What's the atmosphere around the team like, putting 2 together now?
We're confident. We just want to keep building on our success. We're not getting too high. We still know what we have to take each week at a time. And we're getting ready for Arizona and preparing for them and ready to go into Tucson.
You said you're confident. How much more confident are you now than 5 weeks ago?
I mean, we have the same confidence. We starting to see, like, after all this hard work and what we've been through, it's actually showing success, and that's our big drive. We're just working hard and just trying to keep our success and being confident.
Now that there is a little more media attention, some success, people are predicting you in bowl games, ESPN's taking the Stanford game. Is it a little harder to kind of block all that out now that there is some extra coverage?
No, I mean, I feel like this team does a great job of just, blocking everything out. And just moving on to 1 week at a time. We don't really look into media and stuff like that. We do a great job just focusing on ourselves and our teammates.
Jamal, the last few weeks you've gotten more touches, more opportunities. Talk a little bit about the Oregon game and then the Oregon State game, just getting more touches.
It was just the luck of the draw, just how the rotation was going on, and just every time we touch the ball, we want to make big things happen. That's what Coach Masho preaches to us. He just wants us to, when we have the ball, be productive, and that's what we want to do. And so every time we have the ball in our hands, we're trying to be productive and make good things happen for this team.
Kind of going off that, every time you touch the ball, being productive, running backs averaging like 6 yards per carry, something crazy like that. What's allowed you guys to have such an effect when you get the ball?
Coach Masho does a great job of having us prepared for the game. We study each team, we study the blitz tape. Just studying different fronts and the linebackers and stuff like that, and just competing during practice. All 3 of us, we love competing against each other during practice, see who can, have the most yards during practice or catch and stuff like that. And yeah, it's really just Coach Masho just, getting on us, keeping our heads straight and all that good stuff.
You, Keith, and Gerard have each had games where you were sort of the guy. Can you tell during the week in practice, do you get kind of a sense who's going to get the most touches on Saturday, or is it sort of a surprise even to you guys?
It's just, however the rotation's going, really it's just luck of the draw, really. Whoever gets the ball and they're hot, that's who we're going to roll with, and yeah.
So it's who's hot on game day. If you break a big run, you're going to get another one, but on Friday it's not really determined which back is...
Yeah, I mean, there's no really determined back. We're all going to get in, and really, it's just we're going. Whoever's the hot guy, we'll just go, and yeah.
Did you sense a little bit of a difference in the second half of this last game against Oregon State than in the first half? You guys came out so hot in the first half, and the second half was a little slower.
Yeah, we kind of relaxed a little bit this last game in the second half, and that's something we don't want to do. It was bad on our part. Coach Leach always preaches 60 minutes, and for us to go in that second half kind of laxed because we knew we had a huge lead. It was rough on our part, and we're going to do our job this week and trying to not let that happen going into Arizona.
Seems like Luke's getting more comfortable. Is he checking into more stuff now as he gets used to the offense? Is he checking into less stuff? How is all that sort of changing for him?
No, Luke's he's doing his job, If he sees a good run by, he's going to put us in the right run, and that's what he's doing a great job of, just getting the offense into the right play and, helping us be explosive.
But I guess have you noticed him get better at that these last couple of weeks?
He's always did a great job at it. I wouldn't necessarily he's gotten better, but he's probably way more comfortable, doing this for, 6 games or so now, or maybe more than that, going in the last season. But yeah, he's just way more comfortable, I see, and yeah.
You talked about the competition between you, Keith, and Gerard. How does that competition help fuel each of you to, try to outcompete the other?
It's just fun competition. We all feed off each other. I mean, we want to keep each other fresh. So during practice, we'll sprint to the end zone. We always have another back going in, and so it's fun. It's just fun. We're all friends outside of football. We all hang out, so it's just fun, really. It's a great atmosphere in our meeting room.
Jamal, the first couple of games, you didn't get very many carries. At that point, were you kind of prepared, if necessary, to just kind of be marginalized a bit this year?
No. I just kept working. Really, just kept working. Just wanted to keep doing my job and do whatever I have to do to help this team. So, started getting on a lot of special teams, stuff like that, and work on my blocking. So that was really all that was.
Did you find coaches maybe going out of their way to reassure you that you're still part of the mix?
Oh, no, not really. I mean, we just kept doing the same thing, kept working on through practice, and, Keith and Gerard were doing a great job in the beginning of the season, and they're still doing a great job now. And, we just want to build off the success we've been doing, and that's about it.
Any questions on the line for Jamal Morrow?
Hey Jamal, that's what was the field time. So is there a defined rotation with the running backs, like you each get 4 plays in Georgia? How does that work during a game?
Some plays we're all formationalized, so if it's a certain package, me and Keith will go in. Certain plays, Gerard goes in, and it just, that's just how the rotation really goes, and, we might switch off every now and then on different drives, but there's no really set rotation. It's just, we just all rotate, really.
So is everyone pretty giving in that you're not going to insist on staying in and you're going to sub out when you need to?
Yeah. Coach Master really preaches on us. If you don't feel like you can go 100%, take yourself out. We have 3 of us, we're all really the same, and there's no drop off between any 3 of us. So he really preaches that, and so that's why we're always staying fresh and trying to be 100% on the field.
If you were to describe the differences between the running style of you, Keith, and Gerard, what would you say the 3 of you strengths are each?
Gerard, he's big, fast, strong dude, real physical. Keith is, quick, nimble, fast. And, myself, I'm not the fastest, but I'd probably say I'm more agile, would probably be the word, and yeah, that's really about it. I mean, we're all, we all basically do everything the same, but we all have our strengths.
When you guys host running back recruits, I'm sure they have some of the backs, you guys talk to them. Like, how do you sell a running back on coming to Washington State? When they look at the air raid offense and they say, we're not going to get a lot of touches. Like, how do you guys talk to kids who are thinking about coming toward you?
Really, we just show them that family atmosphere. And, we're going to be able to do it all. This as an offense, as a running back in this offense is kind of fun because, one play you're blocking a linebacker, the next play you're catching the ball, and the next play you're running the ball. So you get to do everything, and a drive or so. And it's just fun, just being diverse. And we get the ball in the space, and you get to be able to do your own thing when you get the ball in your hands.
Thank you.
No problem.
Any other questions on the line for Jamal? And last chance in the room.
Jamal, Arizona, what is it about this team that you fear the most?
Coach Leach always installs in us respect everyone, fear no one. So we really don't fear them. We just want to go in there, prepare it's a regular game, and go in there, do our jobs, and focus on us, and hopefully we take care of business.
With such a high-scoring offense that they have, do you guys feel pressure? Obviously, you guys are a high-scoring offense too, but I think they lead the Pac-12. Is there pressure to kind of keep pace, maybe expecting a game in the 50s here?
We hope our defense is going to do a great job of stopping them, and offense, we're just going to go down the field, score points like we always want to do, and go from there.
Anything stand out about their defense? It must be sort of built toward the middle linebacker, but without
Mhm.
Scooby there, if they had to kind of adjust on the fly.
Yeah, actually, I haven't been able to watch film on them yet. I'm going after this to up there and watch the film. But, you know, from what I've seen so far, you know, they're a great physical team. They play fast, run to the ball, and, you know, I'm excited, you know, to take on that challenge.